Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today is vlog 21 of Tara Does Arizona, hashtag burning sage. Okay, so I have so much jam-packed in here for this week's vlog. Again, I'm kind of like trying to put like 2 weeks worth of goodies together for you guys. Before we get started, let me tell you about my pen obsession. So I have been like wanting to get into like quill pens and fountain pens since before I even started kindergarten. Like I was like amazed, like watching like whatever, I think it was like Scrooge or something, and watching him like write with the quill pen. I was like, ooh. So I've always wanted to try out anything other than like a ballpoint pen, just regular kick around throwaway pen. No, I wanted bougie pens, and I want to see like what's all the hype about, like are they even worth it, as opposed to ballpoints. And actually I'm gonna make a video that will show you guys my ink and pen collection. I think it's about time. But anyway, I made a little holder for my pens, and I used a little mason jar, and I had a little bit of like packaging material. So it's like little fluff that you get like when people ship you crystals and stuff. So I put a little bit of like fluff here for the crystals, or the crystals for the pens. They're like my crystals. And then I put a couple of little charms here. It says love and love you to the moon and back, and just thought it was really cute. But so like I said, I'll show you guys in my little pen video my ink collection and all of that. But right now, like if you're just wondering what pens I have acquired a TWSBI VAC 700R in a medium-sized nib, and it is like so bougie. So those of you that are like pen nerds out there, I got you. I also have an Eco T, also made by TWSBI, and I had to get it in this like mint blue, and I have this lovely like pink ink in there. It's just like so awesome. But I have another Eco, the first one that I showed you guys. Like this was my first fountain pen, and this is just the regular Eco, so not the Eco T. And then let's see, I ended up getting a Conklin All American. Again, that pretty blue, you guys can see that's like, those are my colors. Like, okay, those are my colors. And then I also got a Lamy Safari, but I changed out the nib, and I ended up putting a calligraphy nib on there. So there's a 1.9 nib on there, which is like, I'm having a lot of fun with that. And especially so I can like be really fancy in writing the notes, for people that buy things in like Desert Cauldron or, Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. So yes, I'm having lots of fun writing your notes. So I also ended up getting a Monteverde Innova, and this is their 20th anniversary edition. And I got pen number 990 out of 1,999 because they started in the year 1999. Best year ever. But anyways, so there's this one, and then my most recent one I actually found at a vintage store, because we're always going to the antique stores and finding little witchy things that I could craft some stuff out of for Desert Cauldron. And I ended up getting a Jinhao 950 in this beautiful yellow, but the nib I noticed was not the nib that the Jinhao came with. It was switched out for something else, and it is, let me tell you, like butter. And this is fine. This is a fine nib, and the only fine nib I have. The rest of these are stubs, broads, and mediums, and then that one calligraphy one. But yeah, the one that's in here, it's a fine nib, and it's a Genius Iridium nib, and it's just so freaking smooth and just like does not quit on the ink, and poof. But like I said, I'll go into more detail when I make my little pen video, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because writing and pens are like my life right now. Having so much fun. And you notice I like wrote my notes in my beautiful inks. Okay, all right, so let's get into first things first. I love to make dessert. I mean, yes, I know how to cook, but that's like not my favorite thing, but desserts are my thing, especially when there aren't many ingredients and I like to get creative. So stay tuned for my strawberry fluff dessert that I made a couple weeks ago. Working on dessert, so I kind of just, I don't know,
pulled together some ingredients that were laying around the apartment to try to make something sweet. So I crunched up a bunch of graham crackers and mixed it with melted butter. So I didn't have a pan big enough, so they're going to be in 2 little pans. That's okay. I pureed some strawberries, some frozen strawberries, and I'm gonna fold them into this mixture here. So this is just a bunch of marshmallows that are left over from our camping trip. I mixed it with some macadamia milk and some vanilla. Don't ask me the measurements because I kind of just eyeballed it, threw it all in, but I guess maybe less than a 1/4 cup of macadamia milk and maybe like 2 cups of marshmallows maybe, and like a tablespoon of vanilla, I guess. I don't know. So I melted it slowly in the microwave. I'm gonna let it cool off just a little bit more before I fold that in. And then I have this out because on top I want to put some chocolate shavings. So I have some milk chocolate here, and I want it to firm up a little bit because it started melting a little while I was shaving it. But it'll become little shavings just like that, and I'm going to put that on top of here. But of course it'll have to firm up in the freezer for a little bit. So yeah, I'll show you when I'm all done. I just pulled them out of the freezer. They've been in there, I guess, just under an hour. They're pretty firm. But I put a little bit of that chocolate shavings on top. So should be pretty good.
Hopefully you guys are all nice and hungry. I'll wait. You guys can go get a snack. Anyway, cut to, we had more monsoons. Another thing that we ended up doing, James and I went out to a place called Dobbins Lookout. It's in Phoenix on the South Mountain. It's a nice like hiking area. People like to go out there, but it has a unique history. So Dobbins Mountain is 2,330 feet high, and it is the highest lookout or vantage point in Phoenix's South Mountain. So like you get to see Scottsdale, you could see basically all these different cities, you know, kind of around Phoenix from this lookout area. It's pretty amazing. It was built in the 1930s. So basically Phoenix had petitioned the US government to give it 14,000 acres of usable land, well basically mountainous range, just for public use. So people could just, you know, go out, hike, have fun, and it was for a minimal price. So James C. Dobbins, who's like chairman of, you know, commissioner of some stuff, but anyway, back in the 1930s during the Great Depression, they employed many 18 to 23-year-olds who didn't have really any other discernible skills but were looking for money or a way to make money during that time. So they employed all those young folks for about $30 a month, which during the Great Depression is like, well, you know, pretty good. And so they ended up building, you know, the lookout and all the like roadways and everything and the hiking, you know, pathways leading up to it. So I thought it was, you know, some unique history for you guys. So I have some video of that as well. And then in Desert Cauldron, I'm pretty happy with like, okay, I normally don't do like product like placement stuff, with my videos, but I'm really happy with the thing that I created because they are my creations and it's a form of my art. What I do with Desert Cauldron, many of the things that James and I create together, it's like a way for me to get my creativity out, and show you guys and actually sell things that I use. It's like kind of fun. It's like getting to share my practice with you guys. So one of the things that I created was the Aphrodite Attraction kit, and it comes with beautiful clamshell and the oil. There's a particular like little oil that I've created that is a personal blend of mine, but I have some other goodies that are included with this kit, and I will give some examples on how you can use it to bring in more love into your life, so helping you with self-love so that you can shine your light so bright that everybody else is just like whiplash just looking at you walking by, so that the best parts of you are illuminated, not just your physical body, but the light inside of you is illuminated so other people can spot that and be like, what's up? So I created this kit and I used antique perfume bottles. So these little perfume bottles are over 100 years old. Again, I like to incorporate a little bit of history, into all the things that we sell in Desert Cauldron. So I made a little video on it. So here you go.
For my Desert Cauldron shop, me and James, we've created these Aphrodite Attraction kits. So they come with some Palo Santo for clearing energy, as well as these beautiful citrine crystals to, increase your sunshine, happiness, because it's definitely smiles that make one much more attractive. We want you happy, genuinely happy on the inside. And then I have a special blend of my Aphrodite Attraction oil, which actually has a little Lemurian quartz in each antique perfume bottles. So these are one of a kind, and I've placed roses in there as well as a little sachet of roses so that you can sprinkle them on your bed, in front of your doorway, wherever you would like love to come into. And then these wonderful gigantic seashells are great for placing your jewelry in, and you can also place some of those rose petals, maybe anoint it with a little bit of that Aphrodite Attraction oil so that as you wear your jewelry, you can up your attraction factor. So it's also helping you to work on self-love. A lot of people are doing some self-love rituals, but this is great for not only helping you to find the beauty and love within you, but helping everybody else to see how beautiful and wonderful you are as well. So it's kind of shining a little spotlight on you for others to see. And I have a little bit of color magic with these little sachets. So these blue ones are really great for, helping to speak your beauty. Many of you are singers, but also just being able to voice how wonderful you are, toot your own horn. We have some iridescent, which would kind of connect with the crown chakra. And we have purple here, which would also connect with that crown chakra. So yay, I hope you guys enjoy these. There's only 4 available at the moment.
And then James and I found another place to eat around here. It's vegan, vegetarian friendly. It's called the Loving Hut. And it has a lot of different types of food, Asian cuisines, American cuisines, so on and so forth. I went with a burger. I wanted to see, what a, nice bougie vegetarian burger would be like. Had some fries. I ended up getting a really delicious drink, a little chai drink to go with it. It was so good, because as many of you know, I switched around my diet a little bit. I'm always trying to figure out what is best for my body and the environment, and how can I raise my vibration and just all of that other stuff. And so I've gone pretty much vegetarian. I'm only incorporating like animal byproducts, like eggs and cheese, but really not so much of that because my stomach gets a little with the cheese and dairy, so I try to stay away from dairy. But other than that, I think my body's been running really well. I just have to listen to what does my soul say, what's my body say. And so I was very in the past against doing, having a vegetarian diet because, I did eat a lot of meat. Although growing up, I didn't really eat so much, but with my last relationship, he was a huge meat eater. So thus I became, a huge meat eater. But now that I'm left to my own devices, I'm kind of falling back on how I did when I was a kid and my family, just because couldn't really afford we didn't really have any meat, so it was a lot of just vegetables and fruit and rice and things like that. So I'm actually kind of bringing back my childhood, and I feel like my body is doing a lot better. So hey, if you are in the area, maybe check out the Loving Hut. We went to the one here in Tempe, but I'm sure there's other ones. I don't know if it's a chain, but I don't know, so maybe go check it out. And then the last thing I have to share with you guys, I did some work on my truck. I feel pretty awesome about it. But yeah, so that little light that comes on says service engine soon, and I'm like, I just have a thing about, taking your vehicle or anything in to an expert. And I figure, how did those people become experts? Well, they had to learn and study things. So I want to try to get as much knowledge as possible so that I don't have to rely on the expertise of other people. I kind of want to know what they're talking about. So I try to learn as much about my truck as I can so that I don't have to pay hundreds and maybe thousands of dollars for other people to figure out my truck for me. So I figure it just takes a little bit of work on my part and I could probably save myself a lot of cash. And so that's exactly what I did. So let me share that video with you here.
I'm gonna do a little something today. I just topped off my oil a little bit yesterday and a little bit more coolant. But this on my truck is my mass flow air intake. And so I'm going to clean this sensor. I have some sensor cleaner, and it helps to improve like gas mileage and horsepower and stuff like that. But basically my truck is throwing a couple of codes. I just bought a code reader, and the O2 sensor and like the knock sensor are going off, but I think that's because something with the gas cap, I need to tighten it and clean up a little bit of the gas that dripped last time I got some gas. And sometimes this gets dirty and that can throw fake codes. So basically I'm gonna clean those two things, this one and my gas cap. I'm gonna clear the codes, and then they probably won't come back on. But yeah, so that's today's thing. So I have my little paper towel. I'm just gonna wipe this off and then we're gonna take it apart. Okay, so I pulled this little thingy off. It's just gonna chillax there for a moment. But this is my sensor. Basically, we're gonna clean the hell out of this. Okay, so this was the cleaner that I used, and I just popped it back in there. So, all right, we're gonna hook it back up again. And you have to be extra careful not to use like anything like wipe it. You can only use this can thing, so I'd use my gloves and everything. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of that service engine soon. My car's just in the on position, but anyway, so I have this cool reader, and I'm hoping those codes erase after, cleaning up the mass airflow sensor. But that's what it is, in case you guys are interested. It's what they use at the auto body shops, and they'll cost you probably like 60 some bucks to read your codes, and this was like $23. But anyway, so I'm gonna take care of these codes right now. So just taking it around the block, and it looks like the little light hasn't come back on, so I think I fixed it. It was just a dirty mass airflow intake sensor and yeah, overflow on the gas. So just had to clean up the gas cap. So sometimes you just have to troubleshoot. It could be a simple fix. So let's see, the price of the diagnostics tool and the cleaner was like total $30. So if I were to have take this to an auto body shop, probably a couple $100s, and who knows what else, and probably finding all kinds of other things wrong. So it behooves you to do your own homework.
Guys, so that's everything in this vlog, vlog 21 of Tara Does Arizona. I'm having a blast. I have been looking around again, still around Arizona for places I might want to eventually purchase a home or some land and maybe get a manufactured home placed on top. But so far, I mean, I'm really liking the places of Catalina, which is about, I think, not too far north of Tempe. not Tempe, but Tucson, because we want to be close to that gem show, when it comes around every year. Also, Safford is looking really good. Payson, around there. I kind of want to be a little bit higher in elevation because I really do love trees. I love the desert, but I love trees too. So it's like if you could mesh like the foresty mountain areas with the desert, that's like my ideal. Like I like it hot, but I also don't want to spontaneously combust, but I don't like it cold because I'm kind of I'm a little sun worshiper. So yeah, I'm just looking at things like maybe, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 feet. I don't want to go so high that, there's continual snow, in wintertime. But yeah, so I've just kind of been looking around. We're going to go on some road trips, check out these places, see how we like the temperatures there in summertime, get a feel for like the communities and what amenities are available. Is there like a hospital within, a certain distance, places to go out and go do things, and, places to eat and stuff like that. And, is there like acupuncturists and, all of that. So yeah, just kind of looking around, having fun. And yeah, so I appreciate all the suggestions that you guys have sent me about places to go check out around Arizona. I am doing my little Google map search and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm looking at these places, and we have gone and driven around to certain locations that you guys have suggested and we have enjoyed them. But yeah, so that's it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different readings. I even have conchomancy readings if you're into seashells. But yes, I have traditional readings too, like tarot readings and everything. But I also have my room and body sprays, my salves that I make. My Wally's World Oracle is there. But if you're looking for the witchy goodness, like those Aphrodite attraction kits, then head over to Desert Cauldron, all one word, on Etsy, or check us out on the Instagrams at desert.cauldron. Sometimes we like to post things there on our Instagram instead of in our Etsy shop, because actually we save money on fees that way, and you guys save money as well. So definitely make sure that you take a look out over there. And sometimes we do free one-card readings, so but anyway, everything else is down below if you want to hit up my newsletter, which I send out only once a month, and I don't do any other sort of like emails or anything, just like my newsletter. That's all I send out. It's got some witchy goodness in it. I have my Patreon. I do like monthly meditations and readings and channel guidance every week, and I do monthly crystal grids, and we have live chats and everything specifically for my Patreon homies. So go check that out. And if you're interested in Mayan astrology, which I talk about a lot on my Instagram on Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, I can teach you all about Mayan astrology in my Leon Mystery School. There's other courses as well, but that's the one that I teach. So yeah, like I said, all of that's down below, and I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.